She always left the house at 7:15 sharp. I'd usually still be sipping coffee while she rushed around, grabbing her bag, slipping on heels, kissing my cheek. That morning was no different. She looked tired but smiled anyway, murmured something about a meeting she couldn't be late for, and left a half-eaten piece of toast on the counter. Her perfume lingered. It always did. I finished my coffee and started cleaning up. That's when I saw it. Her phone. It was lying face down on the edge of the couch. I picked it up instinctively. Maybe I'd call her office, let her know she left it. But the screen lit up before I could do anything. Notifications. A string of them, one after another. At first, I thought they were messages, but they were emails, my name in the subject lines. I frowned and opened the first one. You need to see this. The body of the email contained screenshots, chat messages. I recognized the layout immediately. iMessage. My wife's name at the top. The messages weren't meant for me. They were between her and someone named M. I clicked to expand them. Can't wait to see you again. Last night was insane. Her reply, I keep thinking about your hands. I can still feel you. My stomach clenched. I thought maybe it was a joke, some prank, but there were more emails, dozens, all with similar subject lines, each containing messages, photos, call logs, time-stamped, dated, real. It wasn't just the content, it was the way it was sent. These weren't private. These had been sent from my own email account to her entire contact list. Everyone, her mum, her friends, her boss. And yet, I felt a strange calm, because deep down this wasn't a surprise. I'd noticed little things. Her laughter had shifted, less full, more guarded. She'd started sleeping with her phone on silent, face down. I'd chalked it up to stress, assumed it was temporary. That morning, when she said she loved me, her eyes darted away. I caught it, even if I didn't want to believe what it meant. The emails kept coming, one every 30 seconds, a scheduled release, a digital drip of betrayal. I looked at the sent folder in my email. There they were, dozens of outgoing messages, all timed perfectly. I had written them. I remembered now. Last night, I'd scrolled through her phone while she slept. I'd seen it all. Messages stretching back months, hotel bookings, voice memos. I remembered feeling frozen, then wide awake. I had stayed up until 3 a.m., compiling everything. I didn't rage, I didn't throw things, I just documented. And then I set them to send. Now it was happening, and she had no idea. She had walked out the door like it was just another Thursday. But the moment her phone buzzed to life, everything started to fall apart, and all I could do was sit there and watch it unfold. She hadn't even made it to the office yet, and already the replies were coming in. Her mother, stunned. Her sister, furious. A co-worker simply wrote, "Unbelievable." My inbox reflected a public unraveling, and somehow I didn't feel satisfaction, just a numb, steady silence. I stared at the screen, watching the damage unfold. The screenshots I'd attached in the emails were deliberate. No commentary, no dramatic explanations, just raw facts. Her texts, her photos, her words. The truth, stripped of context. It didn't need embellishment. The betrayal was loud enough on its own. I kept remembering the moment I found the first message. Just one line. "Don't forget your tie again next time. I like undressing you." I thought it was a joke. Then I scrolled up, scrolled down, hours of messages, pictures I couldn't erase from my mind. The kind of pictures she'd never sent me. I didn't cry, I didn't yell. I just stared. And somewhere between disbelief and exhaustion, I started compiling. I forwarded the messages to myself, created a folder, named it Proof. Then I began the draft emails. Each one customized slightly, enough to ensure it wasn't flagged as spam. I knew what I was doing. I didn't even try to stop myself. Now I was watching the aftermath, detached. I hadn't thought it through past this point. I didn't imagine what it would feel like to be the cause of someone's collapse, even if they were the one who broke everything first. The replies were mixed. Some asked if I was okay. A few offered their support. Others were silent, probably processing or choosing sides. I didn't care who stood where. It wasn't about revenge. It was about making sure she couldn't pretend anymore. She had always been good at pretending, smiling at dinners, holding my hand in front of friends, laughing at inside jokes while texting him under the table. The performance was flawless. But truth is heavier than silence. Eventually, it leaks. I thought about how careful I'd been while sending those emails, how steady my hands were. No anger, no hesitation, just intention. That scared me more than anything, that I could be this calm in destruction. Her phone vibrated again. This time a call, her boss. I let it ring, then another, her best friend, then her mother, over and over. I turned the phone over and pushed it away. I wondered where she was. Probably driving, unaware that her world was burning behind her. Or maybe someone had already called. Maybe she was checking her watch, cursing herself for forgetting her phone, completely oblivious to the fact that this wasn't an accident, that I'd waited for this moment. Not to ruin her, but to free myself from pretending everything was fine. It wasn't fine, and now everyone knew. She came back less than an hour later. Her face was pale, her hands shaking. She didn't speak at first, just stood there, phone in hand, eyes wide like someone trying to undo a nightmare by waking up. I didn't say anything. I didn't move. I just looked at her. She finally whispered, "What did you do?" There was no outrage in her voice, no indignation, just fear. She already knew what I'd done. The real question she wanted to ask was, "How much do you know?" I waited a beat before answering. "Everything." Her lips parted like she was about to deny it, but she knew better. It was all there, laid bare for anyone who mattered. Her family, her boss, her friends. There was no controlling the narrative now. She dropped into the chair, burying her face in her hands. "Please." I didn't want it to happen. I swear it wasn't supposed to mean anything. I let her sit in that silence. She wanted pity. She wanted me to say she was confused, or that it was a mistake, something forgivable. But I wasn't going to give her that. Not anymore. "How long?" I asked. She looked up slowly. 6 months. Not a moment of hesitation. That honesty now meant nothing. She said it like someone owning up to a parking ticket, not a double life. She tried to explain. He was a co-worker. It started after one night out with colleagues. One mistake turned into another. She felt seen, alive, wanted. The excuses came out rehearsed. Every word calculated to make her look human, like a victim of her own emotional neglect. I wasn't angry, not in the way she expected. There were no slammed fists, no shouting. I just watched her unravel. She kept talking, trying to make me understand something I never asked to understand. "You stopped noticing me. We stopped connecting. I didn't plan it, it just happened." I interrupted. "It didn't just happen. Hotel bookings don't just happen. Nudes don't just happen. Sneaking around for half a year isn't something you fall into." She went quiet. I told her I'd known for weeks, that I saw the pattern, but I needed to be sure. I watched her texts. I tracked her locations. I stayed silent while she kissed me goodbye before heading off to him. And even then, I didn't stop loving her. That's what broke me. She cried then, Real tears. Not out of guilt, but panic, because the show was over and she had no script for this part. She begged me not to leave, said we could fix it, therapy, time, whatever it took. I stood up. I didn't send those emails to ruin you. I sent them because I'm done protecting a lie. I walked past her, leaving her with the silence she used to fill with someone else's voice. I didn't go home that night. I didn't even pack a bag. I drove aimlessly until the streets blurred into each other, until the silence in the car felt louder than anything she had said. I ended up at an old friend's place. He didn't ask questions, just nodded, handed me a beer, and left the guest room door open. The days after were strange, not chaotic, just quiet in a way I wasn't ready for. My phone buzzed constantly. People reaching out, some expressing shock, some saying they always suspected something. Her mother called me twice. Her sister sent a long message apologizing for ever encouraging our marriage. Her boss forwarded a formal statement, asking for confirmation on whether the emails were real. I didn't respond. I didn't need to. The damage was done. She messaged me the first night, dozens of texts, then voice notes, then emails of her own, not denying, just pleading, telling me she was sorry, that she was spiraling, that she didn't want to lose me. She sent old photos of us, little memories I'd long buried under suspicion and disappointment. I didn't answer. I read every word, every line, but gave her nothing back. It wasn't revenge I felt. It was grief. Not for her, but for the version of us I believed in. The one that used to talk at midnight, laugh without effort, plan future vacations we never took. That couple didn't exist anymore. Maybe they never really had. The fallout came fast. I heard she took a leave from work. Her friend group split in two, some standing by her, others cutting contact completely. A few mutual acquaintances reached out to say they didn't know what to say, and honestly, neither did I. There's no guidebook for betrayal, no script for after the truth explodes. I started going to the gym again, ate better. I opened a book I hadn't touched in years. I sat outside more, let the air hit my skin, reminded myself I was still here, that I didn't need to understand why she did it to let go of it. She asked to meet once, just one conversation, said she needed closure. I didn't reply, not because I hated her, but because closure isn't something someone gives you. It's something you decide. I still haven't blocked her, maybe out of curiosity, maybe out of habit. Her name lights up my phone sometimes. Can we talk? Are you okay? I miss you. I don't delete them, I just don't answer. One night, I opened my inbox and read the first email I sent that morning.